For this project you will need worsted weight yarn. I have yellow for the center, white for the petals, and green for my outside color. The coordinating hook and the suggested hook in the pattern is a size H, which is a 5mm hook. I have another video where I show you how I wrap sports tape around the end of the hook, and I do all my hooks this way now. And you will also need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle at the end. To start, I'll make a slip knot. I'll go around like this in a circle. Then I bring that top strand around the back. It looks like a pretzel. I pull that forward. I have a knot side there, and this I call my slip side. And I'm going to tighten the knot side and pull on the slip side. I'm going to put that loop on my hook like this. Now in the pattern it says chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring, which is this, and then into here. And you'll notice that you have a little space between the chains. Now I'm going to chain 2. Then I'm going to work 12 double crochets into the ring. While I'm working into the ring, I'm also going to work over the end of my starting chain here. So my center is here. You may want to put your finger in that little, in the center to hold your space there. So I'm also working over the end of my starting chain. It's actually 14 double crochets into the ring. The way I'm doing this pattern, I'm not going to count the chain 2 as a double crochet stitch, and I'm gonna, when I come around, I'm just going to join into the first double and just act like that is not even there, and you'll see what a difference that makes in the joining. Right here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now you want to push, you can hold the beginning right here and then just pull these around the circle. And I'm still working over the end of my starting chain. So I'm not going to count that beginning chain 2. So here I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, just one more. Now I have 14 double crochets. I'm not going to go into that beginning chain 2. I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the first double crochet, like that. So there. I have a full double crochet at the beginning there. So now I'm going to snip my end like this and pull this out and sew that end in later. Because I worked over the end of my starting chain, I can pull that end tight like this, and it closes that up. And then when I sew the end in, it'll be real secure. Now, to join the white for the petals, I'm going to start with another slip stitch. And in the directions it says join the white with a slip stitch in any of the double crochets. So I'm just going to choose this one right here And I'm going to slip stitch here, and then I'm going to tighten up this chain. And then I chain 3, and it says keeping last loop of each stitch on hook, work 3 treble crochets in the same stitches joining. So a treble crochet is yarn over twice. I'm going to go back into the stitch, but I'm going to keep the last loop of each stitch on my hook. We go in here, draw through 2, draw through 2, and then instead of drawing through 2, I'm just going to draw through 1. And I have to do that 3 times. So that was my starting chain right there. And these are the 3 trebles where I left the last loop of each stitch on the hook. So now I'm going to yarn over and draw through all 4 loops on my hook. And then I'm going to chain 4. And so this is going to be referred to as a 4 treble cluster stitch. So then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to do this 4 treble cluster stitch in the next double crochet. So I'm going to go in here, work a treble, but leave the last loop on my hook. There's 4, then yarn over, draw through all the loops on my hook like that. You'll notice, I'm going to put these back on. Well, that didn't work out so good. Getting this mixed up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will show you on the next cluster stitch. Yarn over twice, go in here, keep the last loop of each stitch on your hook. Like that. You'll notice that in our beginning cluster stitch there were only 4 loops when you draw through, and on this one, on all the other cluster stitches, you will be drawing through 5 to finish off your cluster stitch. I have 4. So you may have to move these around a little bit, like push them back so that you can get access to the next double crochet stitch. They're pretty crammed in there, but they look really cute. The petals do when you get them done. This is half the petals completed. When these loops get pulled out for the next round, the petals will lay flat. So this is what this is looking like. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I only one more. This was my joining. I should have this sewn in, but the next double crochet I need to work in is right there. Now I have the 14 petals. I'm ready to join. When I join, I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the first chain up here. Normally when I do a pattern for a cluster stitch, I designate the first chain after you pull through all those loops as the eye of the cluster stitch. I'm going to change the pattern so that it reads that this is the eye of the cluster stitch, so that when you come around, you know exactly where to join. It will be in that first chain, in that chain 4 between the clusters. So now I'll just bring it through there, then I'll bring it through one more time, pull the back, and then I'll cut back here, and there I'm done with round 2. So that's what the daisy looks like. This would be an amazing coaster. That's so cute. Or you could sew it on something for an embellishment. The pattern says with right side facing, and I wish I would have pointed that out to you when I was doing round 1, but round 1, all the stitches were on this side, and I was working from this side, so that became the right side. And then I had the right side facing of round 1, and I did all of these stitches towards me, so that was right side facing. And if you get mixed up, the back will look quite different. When you look at the back of this, the double crochets in round 1 look different from the double crochets on the front side. The front side looks different from the back side. Also, the cluster stitches look like that on the wrong side, but they look, to me, much prettier on the right side. So in the directions it says, with right side facing, join this main color with a slip stitch to any chain 4 space, chain 3, but I am going to join with a double crochet since I'm going to be doing 4 double crochets in every chain 4 space around. So I'm going to, there's another video on this, but I can show it to you. I start with a slip knot on my hook. I yarn over like this, and I'm going to hold, this finger here is going to hold, I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. It's going to hold the starting chain and the yarn over like this. Then I have my yarn held like this over here. Then I'm going to insert the hook here into the chain 4 space. I'm going to yarn over, pull that loop up, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, and draw through 2. So before I release this, this finger has been on that starting chain the whole time. There's so many little minute movements in crochet, and I try to make you aware of them because just by doing these videos, I become aware of the very minute movements. That, and also I've taken meditation classes, so I am able to, you know, see the micro movements, which are very important. So even right here, I've got this finger doing a lot of work. It's like driving a car. You just get used to doing it and you forget about all the little things that go into driving. It's the same with crocheting. So on this round, you just go around and put 4 double crochets into each space around. This hook grip is amazing. I just started using it after I did a video on hook grips. It's so much more comfortable. I'll put a link to that video in the description. I'll also put a link to the pattern. This design was originally done about at least 10 years ago. And it was done in a 3-part series. At the time, we thought that was a great idea to do that on our channel. Now I'm trying to redo some of those old videos and put them all into one video. The one thing I really like about joining with a double crochet instead of that slip stitch and then the chain 3 counting as the double crochet is that when you come back around, you've got a solid stitch to go into. Now I'm all the way around. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh, I just love this. Look how beautiful that is. That would be a really cute coaster too, or something. It's so cute. You could continue going on a circle all the way out as long as you increase 12 double crochets all the way out. You can make like a big placemat or something. Okay, so now I have 4 in all. I think it's 14 chain 4 spaces around, so then I have 56 double crochets. I hope that count is right. Yeah, I think it is. Now I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the first double crochet, so I just go under here and through there. So now that was a nice joining. I'm gonna have you do a chain 2. This is never going to be counted. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 double crochets here and then double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. So no increasing on the next 3, just double crochet like that. So this was an increase because I put 2 doubles there, and then double, 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 and then an increase, 2 in that one, and then 3. So it's the same all the way around. I usually do a little, seems like a little chant sometimes. I go 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 as I'm going around. But then I still get mixed up sometimes. These would make great gifts. You could do them in all different colors. Most of what crocheters make, they give away as gifts. Okay, let's see how it's doing right now. It's almost halfway. That worked out perfect. And the repeats worked out good. When I come back around, I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the first double crochet. I'm going to ignore this beginning chain 2. So I'm just going to go in here like this and bring that through. I'm going to do what my pattern says. 1 2 3 4. Then it says double crochet in the same stitch as joining, like that. Oh, it's going to make a little loop like this. Then it says skip next double crochet and slip stitch, chain 4, double crochet in the next stitch, so like this, like that, and then I'm going to skip the next double crochet, slip stitch in this double crochet like that, and this is going to make a cute little scallop around the outside. So I skip this stitch, I slip stitch in here, I'm going to chain 4, double crochet in the same stitch like that. I think I chained 5, let me check. 1, 2, 3, no I didn't. I had it right. Okay, here. Then I'm going to skip a double crochet, slip stitch in the next one, chain 4, double crochet in the next one, skip 1, slip stitch, chain 4, double crochet in the next one, skip 1. So I'll repeat this all the way around. I always love when I get around to the end of the round and I've got the numbers right. I've got the repeats right, because I still have 1 double crochet here that I can skip, and then I will slip stitch into the first slip stitch here to join the round. But this is what that looks like. It's so cute. So now I'm going to join with a slip stitch in the first double crochet that I worked right there. And then I'm not going to pull that through to lock it. I'm going to, because I feel like that lump would show up right there. So I'm going to just cut it back here and then pull it here and then sew it into the back without creating another slip stitch, or I might just put it down in there. But that's how you make the daisy dishcloth. Oh, I just love it. To sew in your ends, you would just go like this. I fold the yarn over the eye of my needle, or you could do it over the tip of your needle. And then you open your fingertips up and push the folded end through the needle. So the yarn right here, this is the end of the starting chain. So I want to pull that up a little bit like this. I insert my needle a little bit behind here, behind where it came out. It came out here, so I want to be a little bit behind it. And then I'm going to go a little bit out like that. I came out here, so I'm going to come back a little bit behind that and go back out about a ½ inch like that. I always lay my work flat like this and I cut like that. I will continue to sew in all my ends off camera, but this is what the daisy dishcloth looks like. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I would really appreciate it if you gave it a like with a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next video.